Hello and welcome to Gadget for Guys' PS Vita review along with FIFA football. I'm going to jump straight into the review, no messing about, because you probably heard what it's got inside it and what it's capable of doing, but I'm just going to have a quick scan through stuff now. As you can see, the menus are alright. I'm not over keen on the round bubbles look. It gives it a sort of a tacky look. I would have preferred the PlayStation's menu set out, you know. As you can see, the screen's completely clear. Up top here, you've got the cartridge slot, and another slot. I'm not quite sure what the other slot's for, to be honest. I've never actually used it. On the bottom, you've got the headphone jack and the memory card slot, which are quite small and quite fiddly to get in and out. But yeah, it's quite smooth overall, as you can see. Up here, you've got the welcome pack and the Nia application, which doesn't seem to work for me. Here you have your PlayStation friends, PSN friends, and your trophies. It's quite smooth. It shows all my friends, it shows the trophies and whatnot. The only thing which it doesn't seem to show is which other friends have got a PSP Vita. Now that would be a nice option. As you can see, shows all your friends. It shows who's online and offline and what games they're playing. But as I say, it doesn't show whether they're playing a PS Vita or not. But at the moment, the games are pretty slim, so you know which games are for the Vita. So you can sort of work it out that way. If you don't close the application, then it stores up in the top of the menus, which is quite handy. But I've not actually used it yet. Right, moving on, we get on to the applications now. You've got a web browser. It doesn't support Flash or HTML5, which is a bit disappointing, Sony. Then you have got apps like Facebook, Skype. There is Twitter and Foursquare on the store, I believe. I've downloaded some PSP games such as Grand Theft Auto Vice City, MotorStorm, Arctic Edge, and Painting Pack. They're alright. I mean, the games retail from £3 upwards. So I mean, Grand Theft Auto cost me $11.99 and Arctic Edge cost me $6.99, I think it was. But they're both alright games. Obviously, the graphics aren't going to be great due to the fact that the PSP games being upscaled to the PSP Vita screen. So on the back, I'll show you the back right quick. You've got the touchpad for FIFA, which is, once you get used to it, it's alright. You do tend to find your hands are quite cramped up on the sides of the Vita, so you are accidentally pressing the back and, you know, shooting, try to score from the halfway line and whatnot. But yeah, it's great little device it is. We'll get into FIFA now, have a quick look at FIFA. Right, so moving on to FIFA, you can see the graphics are pretty good. You've got everything inside FIFA, such as in the career mode, which I'm on to the second season, such as injuries, players' growth, which rises and falls. You've got the transfer windows, the loan windows. You've got it all there. You've got player of the week, top scorer, team of the week. You've got all the Europa Cups, etc., Champions League, whatnot. So it's all there in career mode, minus a few bits and bats, such as morale. But the stamina and everything else is there, which it makes it a good game, to be honest. I'm on to my second season, so it's kept me quite occupied, to be honest. The game controls are comfortable. It's classic as you would get on the PlayStation 3. The only thing I have a problem with is the weight of the PS Vita. Sometimes it's uncomfortable. You can see how thick the Vita is. It gives me pins and needles holding it up in front of me for quite a while, so I'm always finding I'm resting it on my lap but then struggling to get to the back panel to shoot. But you can always use circles, so yeah, the FIFA football's worth a buy, I would say. Right, I've pulled out the game and the memory cards. As you can see, they're very, very small. This is your Vita cartridge, and this is your memory card. As you can see, that is the PS Vita memory card, and they are quite expensive, so I would take care of them. I've only got a 4GB myself, but I mean, once they come down in price, I will buy another one. But yeah, all in all, it does the job. It does what it needs to do. I don't take many pictures on the PS Vita due to the fact the cameras aren't particularly great, and I've got a dedicated camera for that. So yeah, it's not too bad. A quick look at the settings. In the settings, you've got stuff like Bluetooth, your Wi-Fi. This is just a Wi-Fi model. I couldn't justify the extra money for the 3G model. You can do quite a few bits and bats in here, but not as much as you would be able to do on the PS3, but enough to get you by. So yeah, not a bad do overall. And all my verdict is, yeah, I know the sales have been slow recently across America and Europe. I think the last time I read there were only 1.2 million they sold. So hopefully the sales will pick up and the developers will take notice and start developing a bit more software for it. I am led to believe that at the current point in time, the Nintendo 3DS is outselling the PS Vita, but if you remember, the 3DS did have a bit of a false start, and then it's starting to gain momentum. So hopefully the PS Vita will do the same, and we'll have a lot more games for them, and the games will get better and bigger. So enjoy.